Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are back from camping and today we're going to be working on Project Z28. It's time to get her running again. So before we get under the car and get all nice and dirty and covered in transmission fluid, Brian has come up with a way to hook the wideband O2 sensor to the ECM, so that way when I hook the computer up in data log, all the information is there. So we pretty much have to take one of the wires out of here on this side, something that's not used, and we're going to plug it in on this side. This is the E. If you look at the pin, this is E, this is F. So we're going to remove one of these wires and plug it into F14 that's not used. We're going to take one of these wires here that's not used, put it over here, we're going to cut it, and then we're going to tap it into the wideband sensor, one of the wires for it. So first we gotta do is try to pop this thing out of here. I've already found it. Already found which wire it is. I'm just not sure how to pop these things out. There it is. We got it out. Had to use a jeweler's screwdriver. Use a little flat blade that I got from Harbor Freight, and I took this blue connector off. As you can see here on this, there's a gray connector. On top was the blue connector. You just have to pry. There's two clips, one here, pry that off. I think that helps. So now we need to plug this into F14. So we got right there 16, 15, 14. Hopefully it holds. Might have to remove this thing to put a wire in. We shall see. Alright, so this clip is a little weird. See, it's flat right here, and it's a little round, so I had to pull out one to make sure that we put this in correctly. And there we go, we have it to F14. So now we just have to cut this, make sure we leave plenty of room for connecting. I'm gonna go ahead and put these back in. All right, we got, I know it's dark, sorry. Here we got the white wire from the wideband, now going to pin F14 on the ECM. Ooh. So now it'll be sending, dang it, it will be sending its signal to here for us to read, or for him to read, and that should help out get this thing tuned. All right, now we get this thing in the air. A lot of work to get 4 bolts to pull this tail shaft off. I found the gear was all the way up here. I thought it was back here. I mean, it could have moved, but I found it all the way up here. Here's the 2 holes that the clip needs to go into. The funny thing is I haven't even found the clip, so I don't know where it is. Maybe Smitty overlooked it. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, anything's possible. But now we're gonna go ahead and slide that in, and then we get the new clip. I believe it's the second hole. And then we got, there we go. That's in there. All right. Now we gotta redo this whole, what a pain, man. Take the cross member off. I had to take the torque arm off. Everything had to come off. And then we slide this back on. There we go. Now when we look in there, we have the red gear. Alright, well, that's the way it should be. Let me get this back together and I'll talk about these color codes. So when I ordered the gear, there was a little debacle here. GM uses a color code. Now I guess that does look dark gray. I guess it would help if I guess it does look dark gray. Under the car I could have sworn it was like a light green or something like that. And then this is what I was looking at online. It looks like a light gray, so they definitely change colors through time. But I'm not sure how well you could see it, but you could definitely, you might be able to see right there. There's some nicks and gouging right here. It's very sharp. It's definitely, look at that. That's, wow, it's really messed up. There's definitely some gouging here on the edge. Maybe that clip was in there and it got disintegrated and it just tore this thing up a little bit, because there's definitely a lot of rough edges on here that really shouldn't be there. So we got this. This is the gear that slid off, and it actually feels fine and all that, but like I said, I couldn't see it. So I couldn't see it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it cracked, whatever happened to it. So I wasn't about to take this apart and then find out. So it was cheap enough. So we got our new gear. I'm just gonna, it is notched, so it only goes on one way. There we go. Now we have a new speed sensor, a new set of gears. No biggie. You know, like I said, you're in here. This is a big job. It's taken me a while to get this far, because I don't know how much had to come off the transmission and everything else, so I'm not looking to do this job twice. So we'll just get the new parts, play it safe, and now hopefully we'll put the car in drive. We'll have speed. Everything's back in. Before I put this car back on the ground, we're going to test the speed sensor, seeing it is untested. Look at that. Ha! Speed is live. Awesome. Now the fun, cleaning all this up. I will say that these tools here have been a lifesaver more than once. Like today, they totally came in handy. If you ever had that situation where a regular socket won't go all the way in, like the bolt sticking through the nuts too far and it won't sink in, but there's not enough room for a deep socket. This is by Craftsman. There's the ratchet. It's go through, and then these are the sockets. All the way down to the tiniest socket, it goes through. So when you put that in, a bolt can go clean through here, and there's no need for a deep or regular socket. This, you know, the bolt can come all the way through if need be. These have been lifesaver on several occasions if you're looking for a ratchet set. I'm not sure if Craftsman still has it. I know Lowe's picked up the Craftsman brand, but if anything like this, man, this has been a great toolkit. Hopefully it never breaks, because like I said, I'm not sure if Craftsman, if they still make this stuff or not, but man, I tell you what, this has got me out of a pinch. This is a great toolkit. This will go with me on the road when we leave out full time at the RV. Rest assured, this will be in the RV with me. Speedometer's working. Brian gave me a new dashboard to use with the data logging program that's going to show the wideband. Got the new tune loaded. Let's go for a data log. Or let's not. Kid you not, it has rained every day for at least the past 2 freaking months. Every day it rains. Welcome to the Sunshine State. Well, the sun came back out, and well, yeah, that was short-lived. I'm so sick of this. It's almost like it's a good thing I bought the raincoat. I swear, man, I feel like a duck. This is just getting... So the sun came out, and I was waiting for the road to dry a little bit, and I was going to take this out, do a data log, but I guess that's not going to happen. So I was working on the video, and I realized I really didn't explain my whole big debacle about the speedometer gears for this car. I thought I'd just go online and figure out, hey, this car has the... what is it, 323 gears, and I would just, somebody would say, hey, it's a 17 and a 44 too, whatever it is, and I could just order it. I get one person that said one thing, another person said this, somebody said order this color gear, somebody said order that color gear. I really couldn't figure out by looking what color this was. Like I said, it kind of looked almost green in the car. It definitely didn't look to me like a dark gray, but dark gray, well, there's a few that match, like the red. I knew this one was red. I could see it in the transmission. But then they have like a light, actually somebody said that the gear ratio in this car used like the light green, so I kind of thought that ends up that is a dark gray, which if you saw the picture, the other one, it's kind of a light gray. It's not dark gray. So it was a bit aggravating trying to figure out what was what. Let's see if I can show you. Maybe you can see right here. Maybe you can see some of the cuts in the plastic there on this edge. So maybe that clip, it came off and it got caught up in here and it disintegrated it. I don't know. But this is definitely sharp. It's definitely got some cuts in it. I kind of thought this gear would feel the same way, but this gear feels fine. It's actually kind of surprising how loose this was on the transmission. I was watching a video on how to do it, and the guy he hit it on and off with a pair of pliers. So maybe that tail shaft is just really, really worn, and it's preventing this thing from sitting on tight. I really hope that's not the problem, because then that just means that this thing, that clip's gonna come off and we'll have this problem again. I hope not. So, that's the update. We're waiting for the rain to stop and go data log this car. Ooh, the sun is out. The streets are fairly dry. So we are going to go ahead and do this. I'm saying there's two processes to this. There's one, he sends me a bin that we use a program, we burn the chip, and then this is Tuner Pro RT, but he has his own software that we load in an ADX file. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get copyright. So we gotta go, so I had to upload the new ADX so that way we can record the wideband. Alright, so now we're recording. Here's the new dashboard, and where, I think that's it. AFR, yeah, right there, wideband, AFR. I'm thinking that's it. I don't know if that's right. Maybe that's it. That says actual, that says commanded. Yeah, because this gauge is bounced between 13 and 16, oh, 13, 14. And that's what that's showing about. This is probably not going to read as fast as that. Alright. Let's go have a little drive. Let's kick the AC on. Another wave of storms coming. Unfreaking believable. Guess we timed that one pretty good. Got the car in and out in between storms. Well, with that, everyone, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Hopefully you enjoy. I know it's a little confusing right now. I started this project when this was the L to the W channel, and you know, I'm still always L to the W. I'm still always a car guy. And I got to get this car finished for my viewers and subscribers that are wanting the final outcome to this car. And I mean, it's part of my life. We're not full-time traveling right now, so this is life. So those of you that came for the traveling, please hang in there. We're going to do it. Hopefully my car people will stick with me and follow us along as we travel, because there'll definitely be some car stuff. Hopefully you're just subscribing because we're two interesting people, although I do a majority of it. You know, when we go full-time, she's going to be there all the time. Right now she works. I'm retired, so you get more of this mug. You get more of this. Alright everyone, like, shares, comments, appreciate. Please subscribe if you haven't. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.